Hey Prashant, so want to add a couple things to the game plan, man. So talking strength first. Obviously, you've been rocking leg lifts for a little while here. We want to start getting a little more aggressive on that quad so we can start going a little bit more weight bearing. We're going to do these side step ups. So if this is home and you got your flight of stairs, you're just on that bottom stair facing sideways. Hopefully you got a rail or a wall or something there to hold on to, because I don't want you to have to worry about balance. I want you to be locked in on the balance part, and then you're just worrying about this quad. So again, keep all your weight on your right leg. Your job is to lock this sucker out every time. All right, big forceful lockout, and then control that descent. Big forceful lockout, control that descent. Don't really care how many you get. Hopefully just some good fatigue at the end. One round of probably a couple dozen should do the trick. Play around with heights too. If you find out your normal stair height's a little tough, maybe you can throw a couple books on the floor and just do a little bit of a shorter step. But this lockout, like we talked about from lateral, is about your level of difficulty right now. If you brought it back here and just went up the stair, too easy for you probably. Lateral's good. Eventually, we're going to be doing it in front and down the stair. And I do want you to, I think over the next few days to a week, just when you're feeling good, really loose, really, everything's jiving, then you can start doing that going down the stair normally. Pick your battles though, all right? So love that one once or twice a day tops, because that's gonna be pretty tough on that lower quad. Another one, this is a nice hybrid. So to work on your bending, we have been doing the, sitting on the counter, getting the bend. A little more aggressive. This is one of my favorite moves, is propping up into a chair, let your hands, take some weight off, take some pressure off, and then you're getting your butt towards your foot and just working on a good knee bend. That's really the only trick here. So nice and casual. I don't care if you go lean forward into it. I don't care if you sink down, kind of wherever you feel the best stretch. And then like we talked about, after a handful of those, maybe you just do one where you kind of hold it and hold that lunge. That's a great way to activate the quad without taking off the knee too much. So this is more of just an isometric. You're not actually doing reps yet. Trust me, we will get into weighted lunges and all that, but right now you're just kind of holding a lunge position, and it's just gonna shake and it's gonna be tired. And then you can, rest it and go back to another round. So I kind of like that yin yang of a few stretches, a few holds, a few stretches, a few holds. It's a great way. It just kind of kicks the whole thing's butt, if you will. Couple other things. Hamstring. So again, we talked about it the other day, but I just want to put it on video. Your best hamstring stretch, I think right now, is propping up the leg and then leaning forward. So again, the rule is you got to have that back really arched first. Once your back's in a good posture, it's not sinking down, it's hinging at the hip. That's what's going to get you that hamstring stretch. So you can't do that enough. And also, in my opinion, you can't stretch that calf enough. So whether you're, kind of propping up into something and leaning, I think that needs to happen quite often. Last thing that I would add for today would be the backwards treadmill. About a half mile an hour to maybe a 1 mile an hour is about as fast as you're going to want to get there. Holding on's great, and then just work on that lockout. Work on that right knee, just going from bend to lockout, bend to lockout. The big goal this weekend is I want your lockout. I want you to be able to stand still and just lock them out, and them to feel about the same. I know right now that right knee is just, half an inch less than the left, but we want to force that lockout today. Even the standing, think about the band move we did. Here, I'll show you this one. If you do end up getting some bands, I do love this kind of active, bands behind the knees, active lockout, just working on good quad control right there. You can do this all day long without the band. You don't necessarily need that resistance. I like the resistance, but shoot, you're just standing there, put some weight on that leg and just work on locking it out. That's our biggest thing right now. Your bending's doing great, your quad's doing great, swelling's going better, you're walking well. So lockout's number one. Old stuff we've been doing, I would still, still do some leg lifts at night, in the morning, still do some balance. I still don't think you can spend enough time just standing on that one leg if the neuropathy and everything is playing ball. But the new ones here, the step-ups, the chair stretching, and that holding that lunge, those are gonna be the new ones that really kick your butt. I'm excited for you there. Yeah, any questions, man, let me know. Otherwise, we'll hit another good one next week. Take care, brother.